I just like to thank my fans. You light the room well. You give me a breeze when I need it. Thank you, fans. And to all my fans out there, I'd also like to thank you. Now, wait, what? Oh, that's embarrassing. I just now learned, thank you, Josh. I just now learned that fans, he's over here not like, no, that's not what it means, that's not what it means. Fans is not like a fan. It's short for fanatic. So this whole time I thought like an extreme fan would be like an air conditioner or whatever, but that's incorrect. So we did some cabinets today and some tiles and some things. Josh did all kinds of stuff, made everything beautiful outside, right?
Yeah.
He's an important person, his phone never stops ringing. So what did one dehydrated Frenchman say to another dehydrated Frenchman?
I have no idea.
Close. What are we supposed to do now, Pierre? Okay, there. So, probably what you don't realize is that your bucket list, the things you're like, I wish I could do that one day. It's my hobby. It's like a Tuesday for me. Did you go skydiving? Yeah. Did you go to another country? Yeah. Did you build a house? Yeah. Play live shows? Yeah. Just do what you got to do. All right, so this morning we did this and we did some other stuff. It's amazing. I'm here to encourage you to do the things. Your life is passing you by. Now people are like, but what if I die? I'm like, you're gonna die. Sorry, it's gonna happen. One day, you're gonna die, one day. All the rest of the days you get to live. Live every day like, you know what, if I die, it's okay. It's gonna happen, make your peace with it. Here's when you're gonna die. Not a moment before or a moment after you're supposed to. Sorry if you don't believe that, but I do with my whole heart. And so I'm like, I'm going to live my life to the fullest. And I think it's very important that we do that. I think it's very important that we don't cower in fear over things and that we just go ahead and do amazing things. Because if you look back, you can live your life with regret or you can live with your life with some scars. I got some scars, lots of them. Chicks dig scars. You ever have a really bad day? Maybe things don't go your way? Let me just tell you a story. This is a true story. It's very fresh in my mind because it literally just happened. So today, I went and bought $4,000 worth of stuff, installed it. I was like, I need to go get some more stuff. I did. I got another $200 worth of stuff, loaded it up. It starts to trickle rain. I'm like, oh, you know what? This is kind of a delicate load. I'm going to take the back road so I don't hit the highway and lose my load or whatever. It starts like Noah's Ark raining, okay? 10-minute drive turns into a 30-minute swim. I get back to the job, back up in, we start unloading stuff. I'm like, I'm missing a lot of stuff, like 2/3 of the load. And I was like, I gotta go find this stuff. So I drive all the way back to Home Depot the exact way I came, but there's some of it I couldn't get to because other side of the highway and things like that. I took an access road. So I get all the way to Home Depot, I'm like, I didn't see a trace. And in the meantime, my friend Kim called me up and she's like, how's your day? I was like, not good. I just lost, $2,200 worth of stuff. She's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm like, yes, my dad sent me a birthday. I'm gonna try to go up there and see him, whatever. It's tough, but what do you need to deal with? And she's like, nothing now. My problems don't seem that bad. She's like, I don't feel like people are in the Christmas spirit or whatever. I'm like, I'm sorry. So then I hang up with her, drive all the way to Home Depot, start driving back. I'm most of the way back home. I'm like, I don't know how all this stuff disappeared. I mean, a lot of stuff. Like it just obliterated in the rain or somebody stole it all or whatever. I'm like, it seems highly unlikely somebody steal all this in the rain. And then all of a sudden, I look over and all my stuff is stacked neatly on the side of the road. All of it. Over $2,000 worth of stuff. Somebody stopped in heavy rain and put all my stuff off the road and stacked it neatly. And I don't know who in the world it was, but thank you. Like if you know who did it, thank you. I want to buy you dinner and say thank you. So then I call Kim. I'm like, hey, this just happened. She goes, I prayed for you as soon as we got off the phone. She's like, I just prayed that God would show you all the good things that you do for people, that it matters and God's watching you. So among other things that fell, 3 mirrors, a 3-foot by 3-foot, a 3-foot by 4-foot, and a 3 by 4-foot mirror, all fell out of the back of my truck, hit the highway or hit the road, whatever, Green Oaks, and people ran over it or whatever, I assume. Not one of them was broken. Not one single mirror was broken. I'm just like, this is a miracle. All my stuff was there. I mean, smoke alarms, shut-off valves, mirrors, lumber, mini blinds, you name it, like shelf rods, nothing was damaged. I mean, it was wet, but that's it. Anyway, I thought that was pretty neat. I thought God provided right there and really smiled on me, and I wanted to share that with you guys. So, okay, we got granite off our list. We're finally down to the final list on this house. And I had all these things, and then Jeremy came over and he goes, "You forgot to write party hard." So I did. And not just party, but party hard. That's what I do at the end of it. And I do that by eating a peanut butter jelly sandwich and saying, "Thanks, guys," and then giving them money. We got granite in today. Fidel and his guys did it, but they just left, so I forgot to make a video with them. I want to talk to you guys about the end of Schindler's List. I don't know if you guys remember, but here's what happened, okay? At the end of the movie, the war ends abruptly, and all the Jews that have been working for Schindler, they come to him and they say, "Look, you've helped us, and now the war's over, and now you're the bad guy, and we have ways to sneak you out of here, so we're gonna help you out." And the gravity of the situation hits him. He realizes, I'm gonna lose everything, because he has to escape, and he's gonna escape with his life, and that's basically it. And he looks down and he goes, "Why did I keep this ring? I could have sold this and saved 2 people's lives with this." He goes, "Why did I keep that car? I could have saved however many people he could have saved with that. And why did I keep this thing and that thing? Why did I hold on so tightly to these things that don't matter? I could have saved so many more people." And he breaks down and cries, like he's on the ground crying, because he realizes now that it's over, how much more he could have done. Now, everybody around him, however many it was, 1,200 or something like that, people around him were like, "You saved all of us. We would be dead without you. We were going to the concentration camp, and you bought our lives with your money. You bought our lives, and you saved us, and you on purpose made bullets that didn't fire right so that, the Nazis wouldn't win. You're a good man." And he would not stop crying, because he realized, like, I could have done so much more. And I think that at the end of life, we're going to realize, like, we're preparing for it to be so much longer. And I think when it ends, we're going to look and go, I wish I would have done more. Had I known how little time I had left, I would have done more. I don't know if that's inspiring or not. I think that the real issue is that bad people don't care, right? And good people are like, I don't feel like I've done enough. But the good people are the ones that are actually doing everything, right? But still they feel like it's not enough, I could have done more. And bad people are like, I did plenty. And you're like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. Oh, hey there. So this, at one point was just a closet, but now we have planted a seed, and this has grown, and now if you try to get the fruit off of this tree, it will be pans. Okay, it grows pans because it's a pantry. And we made these shelves today, and they're wonderful. And they're going to be magnificent. You can tell they're floating, and then you can see down here somebody threw a knife at the floor. In this case, it was not me, although I have been known to do that. So earlier today, I saw this pregnant girl, and she was very rude to me. I was like, it's probably that time of the month. So if you're anything like me, you probably think a lot. And you're probably thinking, why aren't the terrorists targeting people that drive slow in the fast lane? I don't really know, but I think they should be targeted. So if you drive slow in the fast lane, watch out for terrorist attacks. I'm not implying that it will happen, but just please get out of the fast lane. That's all I'm saying. Like, if you drive slow, good for you. I'm really happy for you, but you are in my way because I got stuff to do. And so please move along. All right, so we got granite put in yesterday, and that was amazing. And now we are going to lay backsplash tile. And in this case, we're doing black subway tile, which is beautiful. And I know what you're thinking. What are those lines on there? What is that about, John? Why do you have those stupid lines? Look, it's just so that stuff doesn't break, right? They're just in between. Not a big deal. And so this is how you do it. You put them in place and you put in spacers. And it's truly amazing. Now, as a lot of you know, I'm a huge sports fan. And so much so that I can tell you the score of any game before it even starts. And I know you're thinking, you can? Yes, I can. Are you ready for this? Ask me any game, Josh. Any game at all.
Okay, let's see. The upcoming Cowboys versus Philly game.
Okay, so what I said was I could predict the score of any game before it even starts. So the upcoming Cowboys versus Philly game, before it even starts, the score will be 0-0. That's all I got. Okay then. So it's been about 28 minutes, and as you can tell, we wait all the time. It's effortless. Now, I feel like as a public service announcement, I need to tell you guys that anything I say that is like news, probably made up because I don't watch the news, and literally anything I say about sports is absolute nonsense. I have no interest whatsoever. It's a massive distraction from reality, and I'm just like, I have other distractions. Thank you very much. I do know that the Fort Worth Mavericks are a great football team. I've been told this, and that if they stay under par and get enough RBIs, they're going to win the Stanley Cup this year. So that part is true, but everything else I say about sports, I've made up. So we are going to do other things. I want you to kind of take a look around here and be like, getting there, but not there yet. But we're about to do LVP flooring here pretty soon. And when you see the difference, you're going to be like, now that is nice. And I'm going to be like this. Thank you. And then everybody else can be like this. Yeah. And then some people are going to be like this. I want that for my house. And then other people are going to be like this. I want to buy that house for me. Because you know why? I want to live right next door to John. Okay there. So, today we did some stuff. We put in a backsplash tile and then did some other piddly, whatever. We put in a shower door, glass shower door. It's beautiful. I'll show you later. But also, we got all this cleaned up and we laid this LVP, and it is wonderful. Here, let's take a quick walk. We don't have it cleaned up yet. We don't have trim in yet, but look at what a big difference this is, right? I mean, like, wowzers. Oh, there's that shower door we're talking about, which is very smooth and beautiful. Now, I want to give you guys a gift for this holiday season. Are you ready? Here it is. It's the gift. Now, you got to make there's some work on your part, okay? I want you to let go of the grief, let go of the anger, let go of the resentment and the hatred. Stop harboring all that hatred and whatnot. And you're like, you're not giving me anything, but I am. Once that happens, you'll be like, I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off of me. I feel happy, and my heart feels light, like it was full of stones, and now it's light. And so I want you to have that, because when's the last time you had a clear conscience? You know, you got this way one sin at a time, and it's building on you, and it's building on you, it's building on you. It's time to let that go. Go get right with God. Forgive some people, forgive yourself. Have a good day. All right, I love you guys. If someone were to give you 10 cents for every kind word that you said about somebody else, but they would take away 5 cents for every unkind word that you said about somebody else, would you be rich or poor? Think about that. Okay, so we're about to lay this laminate, luxury vinyl plank, whatever. And as you can tell, there's like the surfaces are different, right? So how do you find a long straight line to work off of? Because this stuff doesn't like glue down or nail down or anything like that. It's a floating floor. So how do you do it? Well, what we did is we took we chalked a line, and we also came off this long straight wall. I'll go and show them this one, Joe. So we made sure that this wall was straight. We measured off of it. We chalked a line. We measured off of that one. We chalked a line, and then we screwed boards down because this is pier and beam. And then we're going to work up against that, so we got something firm to push against and a nice straight line. And then once we get the whole floor laid, we'll take those off and then fill in the blanks on the last little bit. So that's how it works, and I think that is pretty smart. All right. I need to figure out a way to make money, and I think I've got it, okay? And you guys are gonna wanna get in on the ground floor of this. I am selling acres of land for $100 on the sun, okay? Now I will get you some kind of certificate photoshopped up or whatever that you need. You can buy multiple acres even for a discount. I'll draw you a map of where you are on the sun so that in case anybody ever tries to claim that piece of it, then you'd be like, that's mine. And you wanna get on now because these are hot, okay? I mean, hot, like hot. So anyway, if you're interested, let me know. Now, I showed you earlier, we put these boards in, we screwed those in so that we had something solid to push our laminate up against. And so we did all that, and then we've done all this. It's been about 28 minutes, and we've got this much done. We will get more done after lunch, but we're going to do our part to end world hunger. So, yeah, and then I think that you can tell this is a big difference. Ugly, less ugly. Now, once we get trim on there and paint it, it's going to be beautiful. We'll find our zen and all that stuff. All right, we're going to go eat. Oh, hey there. So it's been about 28 minutes. We've got almost all the floor done. We got a little bit here we got to come back and do, which we talked about. And then we didn't finish the bedroom, and there's a little piddly here and there things. Now, I don't know, a lot of you guys make Christmas lists, and a lot of you want to be surprised. I know what I'm getting for Christmas. You want to hear it? Fat. I'm getting fat for Christmas. That's what I'm getting. Now, people ask me a lot of questions because I guess they think I'm the authority on things, I guess everything. And they're like, John, do you think the biggest problem in the world is ignorance or apathy? And I was like, I don't know, and to be honest with you, I really don't care. That's just a beautiful sunrise. And when I see beautiful things, I like to appreciate them and share them with people. But I realize I do that too much, and so I'm gonna start my 50 days of complaining about all kinds of stuff today. I want to start finding negative things to look at and complain about, just things to gripe about and things to be like, oh, look at that thing, so that everybody can share in my misery. Oh, there's just so much pretty stuff. Tomorrow, I will start on my 50 days of complaining and finding bad things in the world campaign. But today I'm going to appreciate this. All right. Oh, hey. So, we have all the rest of the floors in the whole house done. All this way, and in the big room, the master suite and all that, and closets and everything. So the only thing we lack is right here. And if you remember, we screwed these boards down so we'd have something to press up against, and now everything else is done. So the likelihood that all that's gonna move over a couple of hammer taps is unlikely. So we're gonna unscrew these and then finish the last bit of the floor and then go to lunch. Probably take about 28 minutes. So, I've got a bit of a dilemma, and I'm hoping that you guys can help me out with this. I want to be a mob boss, okay? Hear me out. And you know how a lot of thugs and gangsters have like teardrop tattoos? I think one for everybody that they've killed. I want to be known for my mercy, and so I want to have little happy faces for everybody that I should have killed, but I'm like, I will have mercy upon you. And I think quickly I'm gonna have to like start doing like to the 10th power or something like that, because I'm gonna run out of real estate on my face. It'll just be like happy faces, and you'd be like, is that the measles? I'm like, I don't know. And you'd have to start stacking them. So anyway, that's fear me or else feel my mercy. Oh, hey there. Do you ever start a project and then before you start it, you think, I have no business doing this. Like, I have no clue what I'm doing. But then you do it anyway. Time passes, you put in the work, you put in the money, you invest, you learn along the way. And by the end of it, you're like, I have no idea what I'm doing. Like, I have no business doing this. Do you ever feel like that? Josh?
Yeah.
Yeah, every day. None of us are masters. So today we finished all the flooring, and that was, painful on my knees. But when I stopped, my knees were like this. Thank you. We'll have another conversation soon. I'm gonna let you off, but right now I'm in too much pain to argue. I'm like, I'll allow it. We put in some doors, all the doors that don't require bifold doors. So we need to do some trim and stuff, but we'll do that later because my daughter's coming into town. Now, Josh, do you have anything on your heart?
Yeah, I think.
What you got?
It makes me sad, or it makes my heart sad to see how divided everything has become.
Oh, yeah, me too. So let's talk about this for a minute. People don't profit off of people being friendly and cordial. They profit off of being divisive, right? So you want to have a two-party system or a three-party system or whatever. You're like, I'm Democrat, well, I'm Republican, well, I hate you, well, I hate you, and you're dumb, well, you're dumb, and let me tell you all the reasons why. And then you hate each other, and you go off to your echo chambers and you talk, smack about the other people. And this helps us to dehumanize other people, at which point it's okay to talk bad about them. It's okay to treat them badly. And if this escalates, it's okay to go to war with them, and it's okay to kill them, because they're not really people, because they don't agree with us. And they are bad people and we are good people. Now this goes all the way down to, like I like the blue team and you like the red team, or I don't know how sports work, but whatever it is, there's a divisiveness that like separates the people, right? I'm against you and you're against me, rather than like we focus on our similarities instead of our differences. And I think that the world would be a happier place if we did focus on our similarities instead of our differences. Find a way to build a bridge to somebody. Find a way to love them even though they don't agree with you. It's okay. Look, it's the holidays. We should love each other. But I would say that no matter what. I don't even care about the holidays. It's any day. We should love each other. Let's find a way to do that. All right. I'm going to find a way to see my daughter, my son-in-law. I'm excited. Oh, hey there. I hope you're having a wonderful Saturday, or whatever day you happen to watch this. Now, probably 6 or 17 times a day, somebody says to me, John, I don't know what my calling is in life. I don't know what God wants me to do. As if there's only one thing God wants you to do. And as if you are only made to do one specific task. Like I'm going to be a fill in the blank, carpenter or a secretary, whatever in the world it may be. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Here's how you find your calling, okay? Pay close attention. Tune your ears. Do the next right thing. Whenever you're presented with an opportunity of like, I could do the wrong thing or the right thing, I could do the selfish thing or the selfless thing, I could sacrifice or I could not, do the next right thing. Here's what happens. If you do well with small things, you're gonna do well with big things. And God respects that and he honors that. And so if you're thinking, I wanna be, I don't know, like a super televangelist and have 50 million people watch me a day, you're like, chill, bro. If you don't get the small stuff right, you won't get the big stuff right. You need to make your mistakes in a small room where you figure it out and you kind of, you learn. You don't pick up a piano or a guitar or bass or drum set on day one and you're playing arenas. That's not how it works. You practice and practice and practice. You play small things, you play open mics, you play some of your own shows, you open for bands that are much better than you. And eventually you're like, oh, I'm playing in front of a big crowd. But by that point, it feels so natural. It's just muscle memory, right? So the same thing is true in your calling. I talked to somebody last night and they're like, I never wanted to be a window person. I wanted to be an electrician. And he goes, but I started washing windows because that's where the money was. And then that grew. And now I have this whole window and glass company. And I'm like, that's how God works, right? I wanted to be a pastor. Truth be known, I studied to be a pastor. And, I build houses and flip houses and do all the things that I do. But that's because every step of the way, I'm like, I could help this person and I could help this person. I could help this person. And then it grew into something bigger. And that's how life works. The inverse is also true. If you're like, I'm going to do the wrong thing. I'm going to choose to be selfish. I'm going to choose bad habits. I'm going to choose to secondhand smoke or whatever you want to do. Josh is laughing at the secondhand smoke thing. Then you will get worse and worse and worse, and it will snowball down into this pit of despair. And you're like, why is my life suck so bad? I'm like, because you keep doing the wrong thing. So start doing the right thing. Okay, do the next right thing. And by the time you're, a good ways down the road, you look and you go, that is my calling. I love that because it's what I love doing. I love helping people. I love whatever it is that you do. All right, good luck, guys. Love you. Oh, hey there. So I hope that you're having a wonderful Christmas week or whenever you watch this. We got trim in and doors, window sills and things like that, and then got it caulked. We haven't painted it yet, but it is looking more and more finished by the moment. Like, just take a look at that. Don't you love it? Blinds are up, lights are up, heat and air's in. It's amazing. Now, something that puzzled me, I think, when I was a younger Christian, and I think probably a lot of people think about is, how can God possibly be everywhere and hear everybody's prayers and care about everybody? It's too much. How could one being comprehend all that? Or are they even capable of something like that? And my question to you is, do you think that the Creator is less than what he created? I feel like no. And so, sometimes I think of dumb things. Like, for example, how does Google Maps know what's going on over there? Did it run ahead and then run back to tell me? Think about it. The answer is no, because it's already there and here. So it can instantly tell me what's going on everywhere. right? Because it's all over the place. And how can Google possibly have 68 million replies to my question immediately? But not just me, to 8 billion people across the world. Instantly. I don't know. That's the short answer. I don't know. I'm not that smart. I don't have the algorithm and all that. But I feel like if that's not just possible, but just an everyday thing we take for granted, then I think that God answering all our prayers and being everywhere at once is also not just possible, but true. So I hope that gives you some comfort. He does care. He is listening. The Bible says that he treasures our prayers like incense, precious incense. In Revelation, it talks about the prayers of the saints are offered up like incense to God. In Israel, at the Western Wall, people write their prayers down and they tuck them in the wall, but then they get too cluttered. And then they take those prayers out, and what do they do with them? Do you know, Josh?
They burn them?
Close.
I don't know.
Also close. I thought the same thing. I thought burn them, get rid of them, throw them away, whatever. They don't. They archive them. And they treat them almost as if they're holy scriptures. The Bible is God's word to us, and our prayers are our word to God. And so they treat it as if it's a holy thing. They save everything because they're like, if you took the time to write down your prayer to God, that means something to him and it means something to us. Oh, hey there. So maybe you're going to build a deck. But if you do, make sure that you use coated screws for exterior purpose. It's very important that you use the coated screws.
How's that, John?
I mean, I've been doing it for decades.
So like tens of years.
No, like decks can get AIDS, and so you use the coated screws whenever you're screwing it. That way, you don't want your deck to get AIDS. I mean, how else could you take that? Decades. Did you know that sometimes job sites get dusty? I know it's hard to believe. And it's not just dead skin cells like in your house. It's usually like construction dust and debris. I like to keep a clean place because I like it. But then from time to time, I notice that there's a layer of dust on things. I'm like this. No. And then sometimes this happens. Sometimes I'm just going on about my business. Come closer, Josh. You know what happened here. Closer. And then I glance down like la-di-da. And what does it say?
It says, oh, hey there.
But it should have longer hair, obviously. But still, I just want you to know I'm not offended by that at all. Speaking of being offended, I have such great respect for people that are offended by everything. Like, I wish that I could do that. I don't have it in me. But just know this, that if you are offended by everything and you get all stirred up and triggered all the time, like, I have mad respect for you and I'm cheering you from the sidelines. I'm like, you go, sir. Keep blaming everybody else for your problem, or madam, or I don't want to assume your gender. But I just applaud you from the sidelines for blaming everybody else and hating on everybody else and making them step around your triggers. I love that about people. I wish I had it in me, but I don't. On my shirt, start making stupid people famous. It's gonna be my year.